Weapon leveling is at the core of this game. Clearly, gunsmith was a major focus, and you need that weapon XP for both attachments and for camos. You unlock categories of camos as you rank up a gun that each have an individual challenge, so fast weapon leveling is huge for the camo grind. I had a video looking at character XP rates in a few different multiplayer modes and also comparing that to Spec Ops. Halfway through making that, I thought, weapon XP is maybe the bigger deal. I should be tracking that too. So I put together exactly that. And later I'll also talk about the raw amount of XP per kill you get as a way to compare the modes. But to start with, here is a very similar looking table to last time, except it's weapon XP, not character XP. You don't have to read all that. I played 5 games of each of these 4 game modes. Again, not a big sample, could easily vary if I played better or worse in these. If you're very observant, you'll notice many of these games are the exact same as last time. I only needed to play a few more to replace the couple games where I didn't track my weapon XP gain. I used only the M4 the entire time, never used a secondary or picked anything up off the ground, and I tracked how much the weapon XP went up every game. Here were the overall averages, and you can see compared to the character XP on the right, the order of the game modes has changed. I've got a gold, silver, bronze thing going on here. For weapon XP, Ground War is now beating Cyber Attack, even though I'd say I played the best in Cyber Attack, which is a big part of why it's at the top for character. So I assume that's pointing towards a good chunk of the Cyber Attack XP coming from things like reviving teammates, picking up the EMP and planting it, and getting pretty quick wins. So Ground War, which relied more on kills, came out on top for weapons. Cyber Attack was still very good though, then dropping down a bit, but remember I think I play worse in these game modes, TDM came out over Dom because I assume a chunk of the Dom XP relies on the capping flags, so nothing groundbreaking discovered here, but it was worth looking into. I was most curious about Cyber Attack. Good to see that you're not sacrificing too much weapon XP by playing a limited respawn mode, where there tend to be fewer kills to go around. However, for the camo challenges portion, when you have to get a bunch of kills and crouching kills and kills with whatever attachments, you'll probably want to go somewhere else for that, like Ground War. Although, honestly, with the reviving mechanic, Cyber Attack really isn't that slow for kills. At least the spawns are predictable, so sometimes I think it might be easier to find a gunfight, and it feels less campy to me surprisingly, but up to you if you like the mode or not. That reminds me, I had a couple people ask about the 2v2 gunfight last time, and yes, the gunfight XP rate is on par in terms of XP per kill. Feel free to play it if you like it, or you feel like you get kills faster in there, but there are no kill streaks, so your XP rate is kinda limited by that, and I didn't include it because I thought for long-term grinding, you're gonna want to control which gun you're working on, but you do also gain weapon XP in gunfight at a roughly normal rate, assuming you aren't using guns that are already maxed out. I'll circle back to gunfight in a bit, but how about Special Ops? Last time we found that the character XP rate in here varied a fair bit from being absolute garbage, like a tenth of multiplayer, to approaching almost half of a bad multiplayer game. For weapon XP, not any better. I went in and got kills as quickly as I could with a good gun, and was earning about 25 weapon XP per minute, compared to the 150 to 200 I was seeing by being only mediocre at multiplayer. So you can expect around 5 to 10 times more weapon XP per minute in multiplayer. Yeah, yet another L for Spec Ops. I thought it'd be cool to jump in there and have some fun with friends with underpowered weapons, rank them up a bit before taking them into multiplayer, but that is just not happening. Well, what about something like the Riot Shield, I thought? What if you really hate using it in multiplayer, or some sniper, maybe you don't like sniping? I mean, just go to Ground War for that, but could Spec Ops ever be worth it? I just don't think so. To transition into XP per kill talk, maybe you'd rather understand it that way, in Special Ops you get a flat 5 weapon XP per kill. I even tested a headshot kill to see if that would be more. Nope, 5 XP. So pretty bad. Your XP rate will vary depending on how focused you are at tracking down kills, but I already told you my experience. And remember, it can also be hard to focus on one gun when you'll probably run out of ammo and ammo crates and end up scavenging an Uzi or a PKM or a FAMAS or a FAL off the ground. And in the exclusive survival mode, I am told that XP is actually even worse than what you get in operations. Someone told me they were getting 2.5 XP per kill and less than 1 weapon XP per kill. I don't know how that's even possible. I mean, it's good that survival isn't an advantage with it being an exclusive, but I wouldn't say the kills in there are any more frequent than in an operation. It should be worse, but everything in here could use a little bumping up to be, well, still worse than multiplayer, but at least feel a little worthwhile. Now, the multiplayer XP is much more confusing. One kill in multiplayer typically gave me either 150 weapon XP or sometimes 100. It was weird, it varied, and I could never pin it down. It didn't seem to be linked to getting any extra score, like a payback or a kill on an objective. Like one time I got 100 XP on a headshot kill, and then 150 for a regular kill. And that's also been the other way around, all off objective, nothing else popped up, and it was the same in a few different game modes I tried, like Dom, Ground War, TDM. In Cyber Attack, I got 282 XP per kill, apparently, just consider it roughly doubled. I also tried a variety of guns and the knife from all different classes, so I'm not sure how it decides. If you're curious, I was doing all this by getting 1 kill, or sometimes 2 kills, with each gun, and then swapping to something else for the rest of the game, and seeing how much those guns went up. Sadly, the weapon XP bar does not update mid-game, or this would have been much easier to try to pin down. Unless you rank up the gun, then it can update. I did get 25 weapon XP for an assist one time, cool fact for you, they do count, but there's also the additional mystery of how my weapon XP is often not going up by a multiple of 5 like I'd expect. And aside from Cyber Attack and the 282, I caught this happening in a regular game only one time. In Ground War, where I was typically getting 100 or 150 XP, I got a kill that gave me 153. Okay then, clearly a lot I don't understand here, no clue what is making all that happen, but at least you have a rough idea of how much weapon XP you're getting. Even if I knew the answer to what's going on there, I kinda doubt it would help us get weapon XP faster. I'm pretty sure the best way to rank up a weapon is to use the weapon and do the best you can do. If I find some crazy cheese, I'll let you know. And I almost forgot to circle back to Gunfight again. I was getting 165 weapon XP per kill in Gunfight, so actually a 10% increase it looked like, which is great for fans of that mode, but you can't control which gun you get, so there's that trade-off. You can see, with it being 5 XP per kill in co-op operations, that's 20 to over 50 kills to equal 1 multiplayer kill, if you're including Cyber Attack. You might say, well, yeah, they're AI enemies and you have more health. Easy kills. Well, yeah, compared to a real player, they are easier to kill, and they should be worth less than multiplayer, I agree, but clearly not this much. They're still gonna shoot you, and there just aren't enough of them for it to ever feel worthwhile. This isn't zombies where you rack up a few thousand kills real quick. The enemies are pretty spaced out, and will do their best to kill you, most of the time. Sometimes they're very dumb. Up to the person, I suppose. Maybe you would rather rank something up in Spec Ops. The XP isn't non-existent. If anything, maybe the riot shield, since I do find it very annoying to go into hardcore and look through that blurry screen, and I think it's pretty meta in the operations anyway, but that'll also be painfully slow. I think it's gonna be a pass from me. Darn. When I was asking why are there no difficulty options in the Spec Ops critique video, a few people said, oh well, because of the cross progression, they couldn't make camos too easy, but you don't actually earn any camo challenge progress here, only a tiny bit of weapon XP, and they could have easily scaled the XP for the different difficulties. Just saying, that is not a good excuse for not having difficulty options. Hope you learned a bit about weapon XP. The grind is pretty crazy. Really, the best weapon XP tip is to make good use of double weapon XP events whenever they're on. Because of the camo tie-in, those are going to be very important. They actually did a 5-hour double XP test on Sunday, and it did include double weapon XP. I know their time frame for that one was pretty dumb. They didn't announce it in advance, so maybe you didn't even know about it, or were busy, or were sleeping in a different time zone, but you didn't miss too much. At least that proves they will be doing double weapon XP, and I'd be on the lookout for that much more so than regular double XP. Good luck with the levels and the camos. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.